Right, well, back to business after that last broadcast, which would be, I suppose, officially broadcast 8, but this is broadcast 8 on the Philco refurbishment. And as I mentioned, if you'd watched the last one, I'm going to talk to you a little about where I am with this restoration work, and then I'm going to show you some of the ways in which you can actually bring back the luster on the casing, the Rexon casing for this type of machine. So the other thing I've done is I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to move the camera slightly as I always do at this point, and I'm just going to show you, whoops, right, I've actually got the knobs here. These are the turning knobs. This one's the volume. This one fits on here. This is the tuning. Now the problem I had is that, I don't know whether you can see there, but I might be able to see that. There's a couple of little lugs in the middle there of the centre, should I say, not the middle, the centre of that knob, because there's another knob that fits on top of that, which allows you to turn the other parts of the tuner and volume control. And there's two little lugs there, and I can't really do it two-handedly. Let me just put that down. If I find a pencil or something to point with, that might be helpful, mightn't it? Let's have a look here. There we go, a screwdriver. Right. There's two little lugs here, one there, and these were missing on one of these knobs. And these are becoming quite brittle, so, and are obviously not replaceable. I've actually checked a couple of places. I can get the inner ones from a place called Maplin's, which is a company over here in the UK, but I'm not sure about the outer ones. So, and I want to keep this as original as possible. So what I've had to do on the volume, and I tried several things, elastic bands, wedging in the gap, you know, in the end I've had to resort to good old super glue, which everyone will throw their hands up. I just touched these two areas here, and that's because it doesn't need much effort to turn this knob. It's actually working quite well, because on the top of there go these other top knobs. They fit on top like that, and then you can turn the other one. There's a little piece of metal which goes in the middle. Now, as you might be able to see, they're starting to break up. They've been cooked probably, and they've started to deteriorate. The only thing that's holding this one together is probably the top piece of gold-looking gilded metal. So what I've done, I've actually stuck it with some super glue just to give it some strength, and I'll have to stick in the middle part. There's like a metal piece which you might be able to see here. Metal piece that goes in the centre, and then that fits onto there like that. You might just about see that. So that fits in there first. So I'm going to have to do some work on that and then get it to fit. So that's the first thing I did. So that one, because this one needs a bit more strength with it, I've left that. This is the tuning one, and you can see there that it moves the bar up and down, the tuning log. Now the other thing you might notice is the luster on this case. You know how shiny that's become? If you remember the other videos, it was quite dull and it had white bits. So that's not just the fact I've just cleaned it. What I've done is I've used some good old boot polish or shoe polish, premium shoe polish black. This is Kiwi. Parade gloss, so that's one that, you know, I just got that in shops locally. And what I've done is I've actually just literally applied it like you do on your shoes, buffed it up, and then given it a polish with a brush. And to show the difference, I thought I'd show you this afternoon how that can be achieved. But before we do that, the other thing I want to just mention is that the schematic that I made, I've actually now copied, and I've now placed it into an envelope, and this envelope will then be placed inside the machine, the radiogram. I shall stick it down in the corner there, because in the future, though I've got a copy in a file in my office, in the future, if I decide to sell this machine, or it moves on, or something happens, I can then go back and see what the layout is, because these radio valves, these valves here, this is the rectifier and the two amplification valves working together. If the if by chance some of the lettering rubs off, I've actually got a drawing of where they fit and the numbers, which is most important. And the same for the amplifier, the tuner amplifier and the tuner part there. So that's quite important. So not only with the photographic evidence, there'll be a envelope in there, a little time capsule, whatever you want to call it, of the schematic there. So that's that bit there. So it's working quite well now. The actual crackles has reduced quite a bit, and I thought perhaps I'd demonstrate that. Let's just plug it in. There we go. There we go. The lights come on. There we go. If I just turn this light off, you could probably see that better actually. I'll just wait for the volume to come up. There we go. Now if we take it right down to nothing, and then I just turn it up.
Banks has been described as a roll call of the good. It includes stockbrokers, oil firms, and even some government agents. But one company that's on the list has told us
there's actually no crackles there at all
included because it isn't actually. But it says it welcomes the authorities' tough approach because banks lending has been out of control for too long. I've been talking to Matthew Pearson, a banking analyst with...
Quite sensitive as well on tuning again.
Door interventie van een...
Harmonic. He get his knees done well.
Does he have money, doesn't he? Is he trying to...
So that's quite good.
Yeah. The two overriding issues that he's been driving home with those. First,
there we go.
Understand the true liquidity and capital positions of the banking sector.
That's BBC Radio 4.
Banks. The second one really is to aim to improve universally and internationally.
And as you can see, it's all working nicely
of the
now.
banking system in Nigeria. By having a greater understanding really of the liquidity and solvency of the banks, as a result of that, he will be able to sort of, provide to us as analysts.
That's excellent. So I'll just unplug that again. Okay, so obviously it's quite a warm day, so the temperature in this workshop is 84 degrees Fahrenheit, or nearly 30 degrees centigrade. So it's about the same outside, and we're now nearly 7:30 in the evening. So and it's the 19th of August 2009. So let me just show you what we're going to do. I'm going to now put the top back on again. The lid, as it were. I'm just going to put the camera back up here. There we go. If I just put that on there, what I need to do is actually refocus down to there. Where are we? Right, now. You might not be able to see that very well. I can't. There we go. A bit better? Let's have a look. That's better, isn't it? Okay. Right. What I thought we'd do is show you how we're going to do this, because now you can see, you can see, but over in this corner it looks a little bit of dirt in there, and some of the